Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really fun tutorial for you guys, and it's actually something that I've been really wanting to try for quite a while now because I've been seeing a lot of these videos on Instagram and stuff, and they just look really fun to do. I personally love to see those contouring videos that like they do some crazy like pattern of like all the colors on the face and then they get to blend it all out. I've seen the what is it called? Like, is it the cartoon contouring, or where it's like they actually like draw shapes and different like pictures and stuff. That's a little too much for me personally as far as taking the time to do all that. But I think it's very cool, and I really give the people who do that some major credit. But the one that I've been seeing lately that looks really fun, and I just think that it blends out beautifully, is the dot contouring technique. So I did get some products sent to me from Graftobian, and I was lucky enough that they sent me a foundation palette as well as a pressed powder palette along with some other goodies, which if you follow me on Snapchat, I'm pretty sure you got to see what it was that they sent over. But when I saw the palettes, I thought, oh my god, this is like the perfect time to do the dot contouring thing, because even though I have some other cream palettes that I use, especially like my Bobbi Brown Pro palette, the formula for the foundation stick I really wouldn't want to use for that purpose, only because those products, that cream product isn't as creamy as I would like for it to be in order to blend it out pretty easily, whereas this one was actually a bit more creamier, so I was actually able to blend it out better. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Is I'm going to do the dot contouring tutorial for you guys and show you guys how I contoured with these new Graftobian products. Full disclosure, they did not ask me to do this video, they did not ask me to even feature them in a video. They were just nice enough to send me products to try out. So thank you so much, a big thank you to Graftobian, because just for being really generous. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on these contouring trends and stuff like that? You guys know I love my contouring and highlighting, so if you're not about the contour and highlight life, then this video isn't for you. But if you are, then definitely stick around. Okay, so I have on my eye makeup, brows, and lashes. So I'm basically just eyes and lashes right now because I just really wanted this to be focused on the foundation and contouring and highlighting part, because that's pretty much what we're going to be displaying anyway. So first off, I am going to be priming my face. I'm going to be using my Nivea Men Aftershave Balm. Some of you guys have asked me, like, what does this do? Why do I use it? So basically I got this tip from Nikki Tutorials here on YouTube. You guys already know her because she's amazing. And basically what this does, it acts as a primer because it has glycerin in it. It's definitely a primer though that is more for like moisturizing purposes and for like sticking on the foundation because of the glycerin. It doesn't fill in pores or fine lines and stuff like that, so I'm going to go in with a second primer for that purpose. So I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. And basically I like to use this one just on the center of my face because that is obviously where I get the most oily, and since I get the most oily there, that's where my pores are the largest. I especially have super large pores right in this inner cheek area, which is pretty common, especially if you have oily skin. So to diminish the appearance of them, that's why it's really good to get these primers that have like more of a silicone feel and are meant for filling and smoothing. I look so like scary right now. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder because I decided to do like a smoky eye, and it's just like, I feel like I look like this is like a Halloween look. I look so dead. So for the dot contouring, highlighting, and foundation, I'm going to be using the Graftobian HD color palette. So the tool that I'm going to be using to actually place the dots all over my face is going to be this little brush from BH Cosmetics. I talked about this brush before. It came in a set with different brushes. It doesn't have a specific name, but you can use a concealer brush for this. I found that this brush was just really helpful because it already is a little bit of like a dome shape, so it just creates the dots for you. So for my highlighted areas, since I am pretty fair, especially right now, I feel like I'm super pale. My feet literally look gray. They like never see the sun. So I'm first going to be taking this color right here, which is basically just maybe like one shade lighter than what my actual skin tone is right now, because like I said, I'm super fair right now. And I'm literally just going to be picking up a little bit onto my brush here. And I'm going to start off with my under eye highlight first, just because that's typically the area where I highlight first anyway. And I'm going to start off right here on the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to start to come out here, meet it all the way down here to the end of my nostril, just like how you normally would highlight. And then this, you're just going to begin to fill it in. Then I'm going to go up and start creating my little highlighted triangle area and then just fill in the missing gap. Same on the other side. Then down the bridge of my nose, around my mouth, center of my forehead, then I'm also going to be taking this highlighted shade. I'm actually going to place it right below where we're going to place our contour. And that seems pretty good for this highlighted portion already. Next, I'm gonna go into a color that's just maybe, this is one shade lighter, I'm gonna go into the color that's almost exactly my skin tone. So I'm gonna dip right into the next color right over here, and I'm gonna place this around my mouth area right here. I'm gonna place this all in my chin area. I'm gonna place this along the forehead. Then I'm going to take something that's a little bit more in warmth. I'm not necessarily going to use this for contouring, but more so for shading purposes, just along this jawline part of my face. So I'm going to take the one right below, that's right here, from that second color we used. I'm then going to be taking just a few dots of the first shade we used and just place them in between each dot line that we created, just so the color isn't too warm, because it is pretty warm compared to the rest of my skin tone. Now for the contouring part. For the hollows of my cheek, I'm going to be using the darkest shade here. That's actually the darkest color that we're going to use for the contouring. I'm then going to be taking this really warm bronzy tone over here. So this one I'm going to be using around my forehead. Then I'm going to take this one that's a little bit lighter over here. This one is called Sunlit Linen. I'm actually really confused with the color names now, so they may be wrong, but at least I'm pointing them out to you. And I'm going to fill in this little missing gap here with that one. Then I'm going to take this shade right over here. This one is called Desert Sand. I think so. Let's cross our fingers. And I'm actually going to place this one above our contour. And then mix in that little one that we had over here on our jawline again, just to help blend in all that contour into the highlight. And of course, we can't forget the nose. So I'm actually going to be taking this one right next to the deepest color that we use, and that one is Pecan. And maybe placing this just along the sides of the dots we made on the highlight center part of our nose. Also on the bottom, and then one right here, one right here, and then on the Cupid's bow. And I'm actually going to place some on my lips to give a little bit of lip contour. And then last but not least, down my jawline. I'm going to take a little bit of this one next to the darkest shade we use and also just dot around there. I'm taking a little bit more of ginger up here just to kind of contour the tip of my chin, which I've been getting into lately, just because I feel like it doesn't make my chin look so prominent. So this is the completed face with all the dots placed. Pretty crazy, but it also looks really cool. To blend it out, I'm going to be using a damp beauty blender. I'm actually using the pink one, even though you guys know that I really enjoy the black one more. But this one actually has a bit of a pointier tip, so I actually get to go into places that are a little bit tight. And since I already have my eye makeup on, I really don't want to disturb anything. Now everything is all blended out, and let me tell you, that was definitely like an arm workout for me. That was work. So since everything is now blended out, honestly, I love the way that these cream products are blending out on my skin. I just think it looks so, I know everyone is like opposed to using this word, especially when you're doing contouring like this, but it does look very natural. It just looks very smooth. So of course, I am oily, so I don't like to leave my cream contour just as is. I do have to set them with powder. So we're going to be using the HD pressed powder, also from Graftobian. This palette has a whole bunch of shades to choose from, and we're going to be setting each zone with the corresponding powder shade. So for the highlighted areas underneath my eyes, center of forehead, down the nose, I'm going to be using the lightest shade in this palette, which is this one right up top here. I'm taking this shade right down here, and I'm going to set this underneath my contour on my jawline. I'm taking a smaller brush and just kind of getting closer to this lash line area because I couldn't with that other brush. Then to set the contour zones, I'm going to be using this shade right over here. So now that everything is set, definitely the foundations in this palette are a lot more warm, and like I said, I'm so pale right now because the sun is just like non-existent for like these past few weeks. It's been off and on, and even then I don't spend a lot of time in the sun anyway. So just to warm up a little bit like of my décolleté, I'm going to be using the Graftobian HD matte bronzer as well. And I'm actually just going to be brushing this like all over my décolleté. It's funny because like this top area of my neck is pretty warm because that does see the light of day, but like my chest and stuff, I mean, I really don't go out with my chest like hanging out. So like my chest area, my décolleté does never, it like never gets sun. And then last but not least, I'm just gonna like lock in everything, pretty much bake, take out the powder, pretty much just like bake my face in the Graftobian HD setting powder as well. I'm a little hesitant to use this powder. This is my first time using it, but only because it's like very yellowish, and sometimes these powders that are too yellow are like too yellow, too warm. I'm gonna be just dusting this over my face with my Bobbi Brown Sheer Powder face brush. I really like it. Looks very smooth. And now everything is nicely highlighted and contoured. I'm gonna go in and just finish off the rest of my makeup, add in my blush and highlight and lipstick and all that, and I'll be right back. So I put on some blush and lipstick, and this is the completed look. And that wraps up this dot contouring highlighting technique, method, whatever you want to call it. I personally really love the finish of it. I think that it blends out beautifully because you get to work with so many different tones in the face. Very true as to we are not a one-dimensional skin color. We have so many different colors within our skin tone, so I think that this method works really well to get that effortless looking contour, that really flawless looking contour as well. And it's also just really fun to do. So I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, let me know. I'll see you guys in my next video. By the way, I haven't forgotten to do the hot pink smoky eye look that I had posted a while back on Instagram. That video should be going up on Monday, hopefully. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.